Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. I was in my workshop doing some work and stuff, and I got NFL AM on, and I'm listening to it, and there's a thing in here that kind of bothers me. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I am a homer. I'm always going to look for the positives on my team, and I get that. That's the way it is. Philly 500. He's the same way. Now, the discussion for today was if the Cowboys can repeat in the NFC East as division champions. Now, I've gone through it, and people pointed out my own words and pointing it back to me. And what has happened, if you go back in the history of the NFC East since the 2003 season, on average, the team that wins the division steps back by about 3 games. Nobody has gotten better after winning the division, okay? Now, I'm hoping that my Dallas Cowboys break that thing. But it held true when you look at the Eagles. The Eagles won the division, won the Super Bowl 13-3. They end up 9-7. We won the division at 13-3 in 2016. We went down to 9-7. So, we're fighting against history. But, I look at my team and I say that I think that we're young. I think we're hungry. I think we added good parts. And, let's go to NFL AM, and I'll stop this when I get to the point that really just kind of drives me crazy.
Season. This is it. It was always with Romo. Was always, I don't know if he's got it in the playoffs. I just don't know. They got the horses. The defense is awesome. They got the coach who's already been there. There's not a new coach. If they can't win the division and go deep in the playoffs this year, what are we waiting for? What are we doing?
True.
I don't know. This is the year.
Are we on July 8th here, switching roles, and I'm going to defend the Eagles?
Do it. You got it?
Well,
they're loaded, Ken. They're loaded.
there's just not a hole in their game. On defense, they're stout. Their offensive line's great. They added deep threats. Deshaun Jackson's back in action, which is a nice little throwback that'll be helpful. They've got Ertz. They've got lots of guys to throw the ball to. And, if we're going to compare quarterbacks then. Do I trust Wentz if he can stay on the field? I have questions about Wentz, but clearly the Eagles don't because they broke him off big when they didn't even have to. Yeah. So their faith in him gives me faith in what they can do. So I just feel like I trust Wentz a little bit more than Dak, and they'll take it.
Okay. I want to, this is an honest question here. Okay. Honest question here. So she's saying, I trust Wentz more than Dak. I want to know, honestly, what is it that you trust more about Carson Wentz than Dak? Carson Wentz, you can't trust him to go deep because he stays injured. He's got the body of a 38-year-old apparently because he's staying injured. That's not to say that Dak can't get injured because he can. Everybody is one play away from being injured. But I'm trying to understand with this blind faith that Carson Wentz, because Carson Wentz, when you look at game-winning drives, when games are close and they're on the line, Dak has got more comebacks than anybody else over the last 3 years. Dak has more wins than Carson Wentz. Dak has played in a lot more meaningful games, as in playoff games. Now, you can say, well, he lost in 2016, but he went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers throwing 304 yards, 3 TDs, led the team back, and if it weren't for Aaron Rodgers having a miracle play in the last few seconds, we would have won that one. You ended up beating Seattle in the playoffs. So, and in fact, Dak has beat Carson Wentz 3-1. So I'm trying to understand this blind faith of we trust Carson Wentz better because Carson Wentz, yes, he's won some games and stuff. Yes, he has. But these haven't been like, we have to win to save our season. We have to win to get into the playoffs. Or we have to play in the playoff type games. Now, I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying that I got more questions on him than I do with Dak. And if you look at the numbers of the times that the teams have played, Carson Wentz's numbers are slightly better as far as touchdowns versus interceptions, yet he's still 3-1.
I like that. Awesome competition. The card that you just played is strong. He's on higher ceiling than Dak. I think a Cowboys fan would respond, though, that we're just going to pound Zeke and our defense might even be better. It's a pick.
Okay. So higher ceiling. Let's back up here. How do we know that Dak Prescott has hit his pinnacle? We've seen Dak regress where we thought that he was, on his way out, as some people put it, getting ready to work at McDonald's in a couple of years. Yeah, with a master's degree. I dare say that maybe we've hit the ceiling of Carson Wentz. He was already on that MVP tear. If he was on that level MVP tear, are we trying to say that he's going to blow away all the records and that he's going to, increase that much more? I dare say that now that Dak Prescott has better weapons around him. Let's be honest now. The wide receivers that have left Dallas aren't exactly out there lighting a fire in the NFL. Dez can't stay healthy and stay on the field. Bryce Butler, what's Bryce Butler doing? Terrence Williams, did he get signed by anybody else? Okay, Cole Beasley went to Buffalo, but we'll see what he does with it. And I look and say that a Randall Cobb, who was really stuck in the mud with the Raiders, all of a sudden elevated his play with Dak Prescott. Now, I'm interested to see, because this will be the funny thing. Let's say we see a career year out of Randall Cobb after having Aaron Rodgers throwing to him. And let's say we see another great year of Amari Cooper with, having Derek Carr, who was with him for 3 years. Doesn't that say that Dak Prescott is actually elevating the team? And if that is the case, let's say hypothetically we see 4,000 yards passing, which is not a stretch because we had 38. We're only talking about 200 yards more. And since we don't get a lot of interceptions, let's say we see about 6 more TD passes. All of a sudden, you're talking about 4,000 yards, 30 TDs, and we'll throw in the 6 rushings. So I actually look and say that Dak has a lot more room to grow, because the Eagles, as you put it, have been loaded for the last couple of years. We may have already seen the ceiling of Carson Wentz. Let's go on.
So it really is.
Kellen Moore, though, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of questions with that.
There's a big X factor. All right, so I have a question for the table, and it's fitting for this time of the year, this point in the off season.
It's just talk right now.
Let's look ahead to the Super Bowl.
Right. To Miami.
So who's going to represent the NFC in February?
Our next vacation?
Yeah. Who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? Is it going to be the NFC East? Or is it going to be the field?
It's July 8th. The Saints are going to be in the Super Bowl. It's time. We're talking about taking a step back.
Didn't you say that last year?
Yeah, and they were. Don't you get me started on that.
Listen,
I think
they weren't there.
There's the NFC is so loaded, Kyle. It's crazy.
Weren't they saying that the Eagles were going to be back in the Super Bowl this time
NFC
last year?
East team or the field?
Weren't they?
I'm trying to tell the kids at home. Always take the field.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean,
back in the day, it used to be Tiger or the field, and these morons would bet, it's got to be Tiger. And then Charles Schwartzel would win the Masters, or whoever it is. Always take the field, especially when it's not a bunch of Charles Schwartzels. It's the Bears are incredible. The Rams went last year. I mean, there's so many teams. I love the Cowboys and the Eagles, and who knows what the other two. But you always take the field. Guys, you know how crazy it was that the Rams got to the Super Bowl last year? Shocked. You telling me that it could not be some outlier? We're not even
when everybody thought it was going to be the Eagles.
Yeah.
Always.
Some people are not expecting to be good. It's going to be good here.
Exactly.
2019. All teams optimistic. They will make it to Miami. But let's talk about this. You both chose Cowboys as the NFC East champions. Try to weasel in a little Eagles talk in there.
Yeah.
Neither of you chose them to represent the NFC East or the NFC in the Super Bowl, though. Is that a decision made from statistical odds, or because you actually believe that the Cowboys have what it takes to make the Super Bowl this season? Because you're Mr. Take the Field. What does it really boil down to?
For the Cowboys, they immediately go to Dak. Never mind the money for a second. Just the huge moments. Like that 3rd and 12 in the divisional round or the wild card round even.
Yeah.
Is he going to make the play? And he did last year. He made big plays in Seattle until they ran into a buzzsaw in L.A. I think, though, the answer would be Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore. We keep talking about them over and over. If you just look at the rosters, their athletes are awesome. I mean, people at home hate to hear that because the Cowboys are so polarizing. If you hate that, I'm sorry. The Cowboys are going to be awesome next year.
Yeah,
it's going to be, it's the same thing as said about Andy Reid. Can Andy Reid win in the playoffs? Can Jason Garrett go on that playoff run that's been eluding him for years?
You got to give him that one.
Yeah, for me, it's about the progression. You look at the Saints and what they had to deal with the last few years. Cam Jordan came on the show. He said, just look at where we've been. Playoffs, next step, championship game, and then the Super Bowl. He believes that progressively they're going to land in the Super Bowl. I feel like as a team, a young team that they just now found their nucleus. Let's credit their talent on both sides of the ball, but they just now solidified their team, and that's going to have to be the thing that kind of carries them the next couple. See, you have to take your lumps. That's just the way the game goes.
Yeah.
Now the Rams, they made a tremendous leap. I mean, they make the
Rams are
playoffs,
coming
losing
back
the
down to
playoffs
earth.
a couple years ago, and then they just make the run towards a Super Bowl. So for that reason, I feel like I don't know if they get to the NFC Championship game because of the lack of experience with the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, the defense side of the ball, young, super talented players, and then the offensive coordinator, play caller, like that right there. As much as I love Kellen Moore, what is he going to be like? Say they do get deep into the playoffs. That's bright lights in a big stage, and there's a lot of teams that have
lights ain't bigger than Dallas.
Rams, they've been there. They know
it's
what it feels
complicated
like.
with the Cowboys because for some reason the Bears are a very trendy Super Bowl pick. And they haven't been there. Matt Nagy's never done it. He hasn't ripped off the playoff, and yet everyone's like, we like where they're going. We like where they're trending, including me. And yet with Dallas, you look at them, and I feel like we've kind of been down the road, and there's almost a prejudice because we've been there and they've disappointed us before, which I think is unfair, especially since this defense has not been there before. The defense is going to what carries the day for them.
So good. Who should be the favorite in the NFC?
In the NFC?
NFC in general?
Yeah, that's not the Cowboys.
You know, it's tricky. What you usually do is go to the NFC champ from last year.
Yeah.
And the Rams have such this unknown with maybe their best offensive player, Gurley. It's hard.
It's not going to be the Rams.
I really like the Bears a lot, and I really like the Cowboys. But so much to prove. So much to prove.
I'm going to go with the Rams. I still feel like they have a lot to prove.
The Rams.
The way they drop the ball in a Super Bowl has to be eating them alive. I feel like Todd Gurley is listening to everybody who is placing one foot in the casket for him and saying that his career is over because of a little banged up arthritis in the knee. I'm going with the Rams right now. And then the Saints in a close second.
I was going to say, their last 2 seasons ended in a way that motivates them maybe more than any other team in the league to get it done finally.
No doubt.
I'm worried.
I think the Rams are actually going to be coming back down to earth. I think people have begun to figure out Sean McVay's offense. I think Jared Goff is overrated and that he really needs Todd Gurley. And Todd Gurley, if he's not what he was, I'm going to tell you, that's going to put a lot more pressure on Jared Goff, and I just don't think that they're going to have it. I think losing Sue is going to have an effect on that defensive line, and I think that Super Bowl hangover is going to happen. You know, these are where I look at trends and things, and, you know, you can always say, oh, no, it's not going to happen to them, but usually more times than right, those trends are right. So I don't see the Rams being the guys that are coming back. It's funny, though, because every year we always say the team that ended up, you know, losing there, oh, they're going to be right back. And they're not. It's the way it is. But hopefully my Cowboys will buck the trend. I got to get back out the shop because I got some work to do. But as always, friends, thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. I'll see you soon.